Hey guys, Romie here. Okay, please like, comment, subscribe if you're a first-time viewer, and if you're a returning viewer, thank you, and please like and comment on this video. This is my recap, my review for Haves and Have-Nots, Season 4, Episode 20, Back to Business. And before we even get into that, so a lot of people have been wondering when is his Loving You Is Wrong it's coming back. It's coming back September 13th. Yes, mark your calendars, September 13th it is back. And all the foolery that we've been wanting and more looks like it's coming to pass. Also around that time, we're also going to get Queen Sugar. And Tyler also has this other show that comes on, what is it, TLC? Technically, it's channel 280 if you have DirecTV. And it basically looks like Tyler Perry's version of Scandal. That's what it looks like. Like a Tyler Perry production white version of Scandal. That's what this show is. So I will be watching it. Again, that recap will be up on the 28th, just like from August 18th to the 27th. All of the shows that normally go on that I review, those reviews won't be up until the 28th. Now, we start this off with Benny. He's still tussling around with David. And again, I'm thinking to myself, this gun went off once. Is it going to go off again? Is it gonna go off again? I need it to go off. I need someone to get shot. Someone needs to get shot very soon because this scene's getting dragged out. There's no more fighting anymore. They're just like wrestling at this point. That's not entertaining to me. And Mitch comes and breaks it up, and he gets the gun from Benny and pushes Benny into the, of course, into the office. Locks the door, and I'm thinking, how old is Benny? If Benny really wanted to go and fight David again, he would go and leave the office. But no, Benny doesn't go and do that. He goes and he vents and he huffs and puffs around. And Mitch has this whole thing of, dude, are you good? Are you good? David's like, wait a minute now. I was just fighting your friend. Why are you coming at me asking if I'm good? I am fine. I am fine. And so it's like, where are my keys? Where am I am a judge. Your friend assaulted a federal judge. Do you know what will happen to you? Come tomorrow morning. You have no idea. Come tomorrow morning. You guys will be dust. Your business will be dust. You will be prosecuted. You will be in jail. You will be incarcerated. You will be violated. Everything you could possibly think of will occur because I can make that happen. I will do it. There's nothing you can do about it. Mitch just looking at him like, first off, here's your keys. And he was like, no, but here's what you're going to do. You're going to turn back our phones and you're going to pretend like none of this ever happened. I'm thinking, oh, what does Mitch have cooking? Mitch must have something cooking. And he did. So shout out to Mitch because we learned who Mitch's family is. And David's phone is ringing in his car. It's just like, I can't get in my car unless I can't get into the car unless you give me the keys. So Mitch gives him the keys. He goes into the car. Now, David's car is off. I believe the car is still off at this time. So I'm like, how's the phone ringing? Oh, is that like a Porsche? Whatever. So David, he goes and he picks up. It's an unknown caller. It's Rose. Yes, Mama Rose. You remember Rose. Rose was the same person that Jim called because he needed Candice to be taken care of. Yes, that Rose. And Rose is talking to David and lets it be known, David, you see that boy that you're talking to? Yeah, the one right in front of you. You're in your car right now. You're in your black Porsche. Yeah, and it's like, how do you know this? Are you following me? Of course I'm following you. Look behind you. And of course you see this unmarked cop car. And Rose is presumably inside. She's just like, do you know what I will do to you if anything happens to that young man? You see, that young man, Mitchell? Yes. His real name is Mitchell. What was it? Malone. Mitchell Malone. Yes. Malone. Yes. You know the name. Rose Malone. The Malone family. One and the same. Except for he's not one of the ones that goes and does the bad stuff. He's the type that he'll go and, you know, he's actually trying to make a way for himself. Instead of joining a life of crime and take the easy and not so safe route, he's trying to do things on the up and up. He's trying to run his business, but you're interfering with running his business. I don't care who he's sleeping with. I don't care if his friend is sleeping with your wife. That does not matter. And Dave's like, oh, but it's like, David, you know how this works. You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it, and you're not gonna give me any more lip. Now, are you? Because things can get real fast even for you. That is my nephew. Nothing's gonna happen to my nephew. You hear me? Nothing's gonna happen to him. His business is going to flourish. You're gonna turn back on the phones. Are you comprehending anything that I'm saying? Yeah, and Benny was going and saying how, oh, he's sleeping with David's wife and all that. And Davis is like, oh, you're just a child. You are just a child. And it's just like, yeah, this child is sleeping with your wife. Oh, a mess. But the real question that we're all thinking is, okay, so if Rose was the one that, of course, was hired to go and to deal with Candice, one, did Mitch know? No, I don't think Mitch knew. Honestly, because they made it very clear that Mitch isn't a part of that stuff. Mitch is just one of those where if he needs help, he goes and reaches out. Aside from that, he doesn't deal with them on the regular. So, because of that, I think that answers the question of, did Mitch know? Did Mitch know? No. What happens when Mitch finds out that they did that? What happens when Candice finds out that not only did this guy go and mess things up with War, and now War is going to be after her, also find out that his family's the reason why she got her butt beat and scared half to death. Yeah, the new Tyler Perry show is called Too Close to Home, and it comes on TLC. So I believe Monday? What is it? Monday nights at 9? Yeah, I am going to be watching that. I will be, well, no. Let me watch it first before I go and commit to reviewing it. Well, actually, I do need something new to record on 9. I mean, on Mondays at 9. So I guess I can go ahead and commit. It better be good, though. Now, Candice is talking to Erica, and Erica lets it be known that Grayson, that's the guy that they were originally supposed to, that she was originally supposed to eventually get money out of. He flaked out. So she's on her way home. So she figured she'd give Candy Cane a call. Now, Candice is still at Oscar's, still watching Oscar. And the issue right now is that it's like, okay, so what should I be doing right now? That's what Erica wants to know. Candice is like, go to the Sarandon, because David is a creature of habit. He's had a long day, so he's going to need a drink. He will eventually go to the bar. And here's what you're going to do. You're going to go there. You need to bring someone. What is his name? Kenny or Leonard? And yeah, you need to bring him. Bring him and have him pretend to get into an argument so that he can make you cry. By him doing so, David will feel like David is a gentleman. He's a Southern man, Southern hospitality. So what he's going to do is he's going to try, basically David is Captain Save-A-Ho. That's what it is. And so with the issues with his wife and all of that, he's going to try and help you out. He's going to try and make things better for you. What you're going to do is reject his advances. He's not going to go and hit on you or anything. Do not have him buy you a drink. Do not offer him a drink. Don't do anything like that. You need him to chase you. You need him to make him want you. So you need to also go and offer him a drink. No, not offer him a drink. He's going to go and try to console you. Make sure there's no handkerchiefs or paper towels or tissues anywhere, because let him go and give you his handkerchief, because I know he has one. Once he does that, you reject him and say, oh, now, figure something out. Figure something out. And then you walk away and you do not go back. He will be thinking about that incident. He will be thinking about you. And then once he confirms that he tries to help you out and he's still kind of interested, you got him. He's officially your mark. And Erica's happy. Erica's thrilled. She's like, Candy, oh, I knew we were friends. This is just like old times. This is great. This is like, he has a lot of money. We're going to do this for you. We're going to do this for me. Oh, this is a good time. Now, I'm hoping that Erica doesn't become Two-Faced. I don't see it, but you know this isn't going to work out the way we planned. You know that Veronica's going to somehow come into the mix. You know how Benny's going to somehow come into the mix. because now he's familiar with all the creatures. I mean, all of Candice's friends and people. Hannah calls Candice because Hannah lets it be known, I need to talk to you. I'm at the hospital right now, and guess who else is there? Your son. Your son is there, and so are you going to go and pick him up? Because he's better. He's fine now. Why aren't you here? They're going to put him in foster care. Do you even care? And Candice goes, hangs up the phone. Hannah keeps calling, gets that voicemail, and so she's irritated. Mitch is trying to calm down Benny because Benny wants to fight. Benny's just like, I'm gonna kill him, I'm gonna kill him. And then it switches over to, Benny's stupid and gullible. So then it switches over to, I beat him up. And Mitch is saying how, no, the old man held his own. And it was actually more like a tie. It was like, what are you talking about, man? What are you talking about, man? And, it was like, so what are you doing out there anyway? Well, I was talking to him to get the phones fixed. You talked to him to get the phones fixed. Okay, you think that after all that happened, the man was just going to listen to your words and the phones were going to be fixed. And it's like, yeah, you don't know me. It's just like, who are you? It's like, Benny, you're so stupid. You don't know who he is, do you? You don't know, because if you did... Next thing you know, the phone rings. Benny has this look of... And so then they start to get these orders. They start to get a lot of orders. It's like, okay, yeah, we apologize. Yeah, the phones were acting up for a moment, but we're good. We're back in business. Am I the only one that thought to myself, you guys really couldn't get Google Voice or, open up some new lines and have the numbers forward? Like, am I missing something? I understand they did some crazy stuff, but you really couldn't put out some new number, go on your page on Google, switch out the numbers for... This is Benny's business though, so he's kind of slow. And so Mitch convinces him like, oh dude, Benny was like, oh, so whatever you said works. It's like, no, you beating his butt works. This is like, yeah, I know. Benny's so stupid. He's not even gullible. He's just stupid. Benny is stupid. Now Erica's at the Sarandon, and Erica has her male companion who's gonna pretend to be in a relationship with her. And here's how it's gonna go. They're gonna role play that they were in a relationship. He's married. She didn't know about it, and she calls it off, and she's heartbroken. So this is how the acting goes as followed. Because the guy's voice is just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. This is ridiculous. No. Do you want me to do what? I know I'm in acting class, girl. I know I'm in acting class. I know. But who? Oh, so that's your... Oh, okay, so are we... Okay, so 5, 4, 3, 2... Yeah, so I'm sorry. I am married. This will still work between us. I apologize for not telling you. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. I love my wife. I'm not leaving her, but we can still make this work. How can we possibly make this work? I have no idea. No, no. You're married. No, go. Just go. This is like, okay. It's like, is he looking? That was... I've seen high school plays better than... My face must be red by now. I have seen elementary school plays have better acting than what I saw in this past episode. Oh gosh. So of course David comes over and tries to console her and even tries to give her the handkerchief, and she's like, no, I don't need your help. I don't need anything from you. She storms off. Davis is like, well, okay then. He goes, he gets his drink, and Erica's just like, yeah, it was hook, line, and sinker. I'm like, damn, Erica, are you okay? What's going on? What's going on? And she calls up Candice to let her know the game plan is going good. And she's like, okay, so what's going on right now? Yeah, so I followed Oscar home. It's like, what do you mean followed Oscar home? Well, actually, that's not his name. Oh yeah, and Oscar David did go and call Oscar to have the phones back on, obviously. And Candice is like, yeah, I found this house. He circled it a couple of times, so I figured I would go and park. And the next thing I know, I walk up to... Yeah, so apparently, Oscar's real name is Brandon Maven. And he actually has a wife and kids. And again, he's like an expert con artist. Candice got conned by a con artist. Do you know how stupid that actually sounds? But you know what? Candice isn't dumb. She's so evil and manipulative and conniving that she's going to play this game. She's going to do the slow and steady. Just like how she told Erica, leave David alone now. Don't go back tonight. You'll scare him off. She's doing the same thing with Brandon. No, people are going to wonder who Brandon is. They're going to forget that Brandon's really Oscar. So we're going to continue to call him Oscar, at least for now. We're back at Candice's house, and Hannah's going there because she wants to talk to Candice. But guess who? The neighborhood watch herself, the unappointed neighborhood watch herself, Pearl, she's trying to pretend like she's walking this imaginary dog while she's snooping around Candice's house. Now, Hannah's just like, okay, hello ma'am, what's going... I'm sorry, I understand that Hannah's trying to be respectful, but every time she says ma'am, I just get slave mentality. I really do. I just get slave mentality. I don't know if it's because of who she keeps giving that type of respect to, because if memory serves me right, she doesn't necessarily give that respect to... Anyway, so they get to talking, and again, Pearl talks about how, you know, I was walking my dog. Hannah's like, where's the dog? I was like, oh yeah, the dog died a couple of years ago. It was tragic. But, you know, I still need to get a good walk. You know, the exercise is good for you. It's like, oh yeah, I know. So what's going on? It's like, oh, well, you know, I was walking and... Yeah. What's that? What do you mean, what's that? What's that? You don't smell that? It's like, oh my gosh, is that sewage? Is that natural gas? Do I need to call the town? It's like, oh my, it's horrible. Oh, disgusting. Clearly, Quincy's body's rotting. Hannah's probably all stuffed up from all the stuff that she's been dealing with, so she couldn't smell it. Again, it's only a matter of time. Why is Mama Pearl in everyone, not Mama Pearl, why is Pearl in everyone's business? Now, Pearl goes and decides, oh yeah, you know that man I originally told you about? Yeah, he still didn't come out. I was like, oh, do you have a picture of him? Yeah, of course she actually has a file that has his picture in it. And we're all have a collective, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And the picture was clear as day. It was Quincy Maxwell. And Hannah decides to go and tell him, yeah, that's Quincy Maxwell. I'm not sure why he was doing what he was doing here. And she let him in the house? Well, no, I didn't say that she let him in the house. I didn't see that. I just know that he got into the house and he never came out. So I don't know what's going on there. And of course, Hannah's freaking out because she's thinking, why is Quincy there? We know how bad Quincy is. Quincy is a terror. And Pearl talks about how her son, of course, is a cop, and her brother or brother-in-law, something of that nature, is the head of the police department. And I'm trying to think, did we meet him yet? Did we meet him yet? Did we meet that person yet? If we did, jog my memory, because right now it's not coming to me. So Pearl goes and runs because she's like, oh yeah, and by the way, there was a white guy who came out, who I guess they were arguing. And so then, I don't know if she was cheating on him with Quincy or whatever. I'm like, wow, you have this so backwards, but okay. Anyway, Hannah goes and talks with Candice, and Candice proved to me how evil she is. Hannah pleads with her because her son is going to be put in foster care if she does not do anything about it. Candice is stone cold. She's just like, my son's not going with you. Don't worry about it. Let it be. Go away. Hannah's like, I'll give you anything. I'll give you anything. I have $800 to my name. $800 to my name. You can have all of this if you give me your son. And again, this was just Hannah's plea of saying, I'll give you everything of me if you just give me your son. Candice is like, 800, huh? Give it. I'm like, Candice, Your mother has nothing else to her name. That is the money from her last paycheck. Are you kidding me? Her house burned down. She's living in technically Benny's house, but Benny won't have that house for too much longer. You just don't know it. Lord, I was so disgusted with Candice. It was like, if Candice dies within the next couple of episodes, I'm not going to be mad because I'm tired of her. I'm so tired of her. But she gives Hannah back the money. And it's just like, Hannah, you have nothing for me. Go away. And Hannah said, you know what? Okay, fine. I'm done with you. Done with me. Done with me. You always keep saying how you're done with me. You always keep saying how you're done with me, but you're still here. And she said, no, but this time's different. You don't know how to love. You don't know how to be a mother. You don't understand the concept of loving someone else other than yourself. So I'm done with you. I'm done with you. And then Candice was like, wait, there is something that you can do. And I was like, what? I'm thinking, Candice, don't be mean. You know there's nothing. She said, yeah, you can go and convince Benny to go and sue the Criers. And I was just like, why would I go and do that? You went and stole $7 million. I mean, stole all that money from them, from Jim. And so now you want me to go and have Benny sue them when they've done so much for Benny? I'm thinking, Hannah, your son almost died. Their drug addict of a son ran your son over and killed a little girl. And so you're trying to tell me that they don't owe him anything? Oh, no. No. I need another 8-figure check. Yes. I don't care what they did. Hannah, come on now. They do owe him. So stop with that. And so Hannah's just like, okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. It's just like, oh, okay, that's great. But it's still not going to happen. Goodbye, Hannah. And you could tell for a moment that Candice was really feeling bad. Not for doing that to her mom, but just feeling bad that she is incapable of taking care of her son. That's the reality. She can't take her son back home because Quincy's body is buried there. Now, we're back in jail, and Jim is, I'm thinking, where's War? Because we didn't see War. All we see is Jim, and he's talking to his lawyer, the bank manager. And, of course, the manager tells him how, you know, the board got a little shook because they're wondering, why is it that we're giving this person all of this money up front? And it's just like, don't worry, I'll handle it. It's like, no, they really wanted to call the cops and look into this. And Jim's just like, yeah, Maxine and Sam, yeah, I'll go and handle them. Don't worry about it. And he said, aside from that, so how is this actually going to work? Because there was forged documents. Of course, remember, Benny, his name is the owner of the tow yard in that house. So Candice forged Benny's signature. Candice forged Benny's signature, and so now, of course, she broke the law. She broke the law, and Jim's like, this is perfect. You're going to add in the stipulation. The stipulation is you're going to call her up, and you're going to tell her she has 24 hours to give back that money. Now, remember, Jim knows the money is there at the jail. So, this is like, you have 24 hours to give back the money, or else we will seize your assets. I'm thinking, this is so evil but so brilliant at the same time, and because I'm not feeling Candice right now, I don't really care that that's happening. But then again, it's also like, because what happens next, that made me feel a certain way. So Hannah goes and talks to Miss Crier, and to Catherine. I'm not calling her Mrs. Crier. To Catherine wants to show Hannah her absolute appreciation for her and everything that she's done. So she gives Hannah her new amended will. And in that will, Hannah is awarded $5 million. $5 million. I'm thinking, that's cute and all, but Hannah and yourself are relatively close in age. So, because Hannah's thinking, oh no, is she sick again? Is the cancer back? So she's like, no, I'm fine. But you know, with how my life's been going, how stressful it's been, Hannah's like, my life's been stressful as well. But it's like, no, you pray, you put it on, you leave it at the altar, and so I know you're gonna outlive me. And I'm thinking, yeah, I'm sure Hannah will outlive you, but my whole thing is, you really couldn't give Hannah an advance on that. Like, is this gonna be one of those contingencies of you'll always be friends, sort of, and you'll always rely on Hannah to a certain degree, and so you doing this really just ensures that Hannah goes, no. You're not slick, Catherine. You're not slick. You should have given Hannah at least in advance. Let's just say, no, $50,000, $100,000, something. But Hannah's like, okay, this is all well and good, and I appreciate it, but will you bail me out of jail? I'm thinking, wait, what? I was like, what? She's like, Hannah, what are you going to do? It's like, will you bail me out of jail? I was like, Hannah, I don't understand. What are you talking about? Will you bail me out of jail? I have to go. It's like, why? What's going on? Don't worry about the why. Just, I need to know if you will or you won't. Hannah goes and storms out. Well, attempts to storm out, but the door, it took her a moment to get the door open. I'm like, Lord, they should have reshot the scene. They should have reshot the scene because the way how they did it, I didn't like how they did that. But Candice is in her room, and, what's his name? I guess, Jeffrey came back, and, oh yeah, and Hannah's going back to the hospital. She did tell us that, and she's like, of course, I'll go and let them know. I'll go and reach out to you when I see how Wyatt's doing. And now back to Jeffrey. Jeffrey is talking to Candice. Candice is like, yeah, could you have given me a heads up that you're coming over? Sorry, but what's going on? You look terrible. So it's like, you know, I'm going to lose my son. I'm going to put him in foster care because he can't go with my mom. He can't go with my mom. Jeffrey's thinking, wait, but your mom actually seems okay. She actually seems cool. Yeah, that's great from your perspective, but I actually live with her. I know that she is the devil reincarnate. She's evil, so I can't leave that woman with him. She is the worst. And it's just like, no, but she seems better than my mom, and you know, people can change, Candice. It's just like, well, because your mom changed? Did she change? No. Exactly. She didn't change either. She's judgmental. She's this and that. It's just like, wait, but Candice, you do a lot of messed up stuff too. So it's not like she doesn't have reason to be judgmental. Candice is like, no. He has to go to foster care because he can't live with me. He can't go and play in the backyard where his father is buried right under there. Like, that's not gonna happen. That's no bueno. I am such a messed up individual. I can't take care of another person. I really can't. And I'm like, this is really sad. So you're willing to let your son go into foster care. You won't let him go with Benny because basically he'll go to Hannah at that point. Candice, you can go. You can go. You're like, you know, things are starting to catch up with me and they actually have caught up with me and I'm just ready. I'm ready for whatever. Great, because it's coming for you. And you aren't ready. Regardless of what you think, you're not ready for what's about to happen. So, and Hannah goes to the hospital and breaks out Quincy Jr. And he has a stuffed bear. She goes and she steals him from the hospital. All I know is Catherine's cackling in the next episode. It's like, you really stole your grandchild. This episode was a lot. I feel a little drained afterwards. Please like, comment, subscribe. As you know, from August 18th to August 27th, any TV recap that I normally do in that time frame won't be up. It'll be up on the 28th. Lord, this show is a mess.